Hey everyone, this video is just going to be a compilation video of me doing all of these nails. These were all practice nails so I could work on doing my lines, so they don't look the best. This isn't a set that I plan on selling or giving out or anything. It was purely just practice for me. Each nail starts out exactly the same way. I'm taking the Apres Gel X Nail Prep and I'm chemically etching the surface of the nail, and then I am taking my Nail Boo base coat, I'm applying that and then curing for 60 seconds. The base color of this nail is white, so I'm going in with that Beetles 894 white, and I'm doing very thin coat because this is a super pigmented white gel, and if you do it too thick, when you cure it, it will wrinkle under the lamp. So I'm doing it as thin as I possibly can. I'm curing for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to apply a second coat and cure that for 60 seconds as well. The colors that I'm using for the nail art itself, this gray color is from Gelin. The color is 049. It came out of a set that I got like 6 or 7 years ago. This red is from Model 1s. It is 1197. That also came out of a set that I got, but I got that set last year, I believe. And this is the black from Beetles, of course. The brush that I'm using is from Model 1s. This was a 4-piece set. The sizes are 7mm, 11mm, 15mm, and 20mm. And it's a double-ended brush, so one side of it is thick and one side of it is thin. I cured everything in between each step, and I'm glad that I did, because I sat there and stared at that for a good 10 seconds, and I was just like, I can't believe I just dropped my nail right on my palette directly into that black polish. I would have been really mad if I messed up all of the hard work that I had just done, so please cure in between everything that you do. Of course, I'm going in with my Nail Boo No Wipe top coat, and I will be curing it for 60 seconds. And the final step is to file that free edge just to get it looking clean and crisp, and I'm going to wipe off all the dust so we can get a good picture of it. Like I said, prep is the same for every nail, so I don't need to walk you through it. The two colors I'll be using for this nail, they are both Beetles colors. I'm using the black 895, and this pink color is D712. Since pink is the base color for this nail, I will be going in with 2 coats, curing for 60 seconds after each coat. The pattern for this nail wasn't difficult, it was just tedious and trying to figure out how to set everything up. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking this dotting tool and I'm making some evenly spaced dots to mark the points where the lines will be intersecting. And I did not cure those dots. I'm going straight in with my liner brush, and I'm going to be making some vertical lines going through all of the dots. I still have not cured this nail. I should have, but I didn't. I'm just moving on to the diagonal lines going from the upper left down towards the right. And this is why we cure after every step, because where I mess this up here, I have to go and take it all off, and I just have to redo that line. And it's not like it's a big deal, because I haven't gotten too far into the intricacy of this design yet, but it still adds a little more time to my work than was necessary. Now moving on to the next set of lines. They are still diagonal lines. This time they are just going from the upper right down towards the lower left. For this step, I'm just making some horizontal lines where all of the lines are intersecting, and they're only going about halfway in between each vertical line. And for the last step for this pattern, I am connecting the end of those little horizontal lines that I made with the intersecting points to finish creating that star design. I'm going to top coat, cure for 60 seconds, and then file the free edge of this nail and it'll be done. This was really fun to do. It wasn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be. I was really intimidated by this pattern at first, but once I sat and looked at it, I just broke it down, like what are the steps to make the stars, like to make the shapes, and it really turned out better than I thought it would. It's still not the greatest. Again, it was just a practice nail. Just getting this next nail prepped and ready to go with the Gel X nail prep, and I'll go in with that base coat, of course. I am using white for the base of this nail as well, so it's that same white from earlier. It does need to be put on in really, really thin layers and cured for 60 seconds in between each layer. For the blue color in this design, I'm actually mixing two polishes. This is Beetle's B367, I think. I'm taking this color for the majority of it, and then I'm just adding two tiny little drops of this B201 Beetle's color as well, just to get it to be a little bit more of a green blue. This would be much easier if I had an airbrush, but I don't. So I'm taking this makeup sponge and I'm going to get a small amount of product on the sponge, and then I'm just going to lightly dab it all over the nail, and then I'm going to cure it, and I'm going to do that a couple times until I get the desired opacity. going to be doing the same exact thing with this pink color. This is Beetle's D712. I am putting it on my palette. I'm going to flip that sponge over to the clean side, and I'm going to get some of the polish on the sponge and lightly dab it underneath of that blue color. Cure it for 60 seconds and keep doing that until I get the desired opacity. And back with that black Beetles polish and a thin liner brush, I'm just making a kind of thick line across the bottom of this nail, and then I will be doing some more lines going from the top of the nail to the bottom to mimic the effects of a butterfly wing. So if you can't tell, this is Shinobu's kimono. I love her. She's one of my favorite Hashira. This brush also, I don't know what brand it is. I've had it for a long time. I got it off of Amazon forever ago. This brush was a lot thicker, and I cut a lot of the bristles off of it to get this thinner brush so I could do thinner lines. back to that blue polish from earlier, I'm going to take a dotting tool and I'm going to make some little blue dots in that thicker black line that I did earlier. My inspiration pictures, some of them had white, some of them had blue, so I just went ahead and did the blue because there's enough white on this nail, and I didn't mix the green back in with it because they just looked blue and not the same blue as the other part. I'm top coating, curing, and filing per usual. I really like this nail. The only thing I didn't like was the way that the pink and the blue didn't really mix together in a good gradient, in my opinion. Also, I was having an issue with like dust and fuzzies all over this nail, so you see me just like trying to get them out and wipe them on the back of my glove. I have horrible luck with technology. I know I've recorded this video. This video apparently just does not exist in my phone. It's not on my flash drive. I don't know where it went. It's not in my trash. Like, I don't clear my trash out often. So, the process for this nail was the same as the Shinobu nail. I started with the white base, and then I took this yellow polish and a sponge, and I just dabbed on the nail until I got the desired opacity to create that yellow gradient. Then I went in with the red polish and attempted to do these flames. I don't think they turned out that great, but it also doesn't look terrible. Again, all of these nails are practice, so if they don't look perfect, that's fine. The last nail in my practice nail series is Tanjiro's kimono, and I think this nail turned out horribly. I didn't like it, but you know, I'm gonna include it anyway. So starting off prep the same exact way. I somehow cut out the part where I put on the base coat, but it's definitely on there. Going in with this Beetle's green color for the base color of this nail, and then I'll be taking black to do the checkerboard pattern. I could not get my line straight. Everything was wonky. I didn't like it, but you know, I just finished it anyway because again, it's just a practice nail. video was just a compilation of all of the nails that I did. You can go back and watch each individual video where I do talk more. I go into a little more detail about everything I've done. I know this video is kind of long, so I didn't want to talk a whole lot through the whole thing.